recording.
Wonderful.
Great. Okay, so today's topic is follow up with your clients. So, what I would like to talk about is what you do that you think is different, unique, or helpful to the rest of us. So, like, we all do the normal things, like we make sure that we catch up, whatever it is, like if whatever you're doing that's working, that's what we want to hear about. Okay. And same as yesterday, if you have any questions about it. So when are you supposed to do this? How often are you supposed to do this? Something like that. Cool? Would like to go first.
Can you repeat the question?
Yep. What do you do that for client follow-up you feel like working? And any questions that you might have about client follow-up. Who wants to go first?
So for like a first, I will. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. What I do is, like especially if it's like newer client and really they don't feel comfortable like with their nutrition, and like I have a few people that just like had no idea like what to buy at the grocery store, so I go shopping with people. I try to do it with everyone, but some people, are like, oh, I got it. But like people that are really willing to follow the program, like I do go grocery shopping with them, and then it gives me a chance to like get to know, walk around for a while. Sometimes we'll go get, a cup of coffee or some lunch. But that's what I do when I with people, and like we go over plan again, because a lot of times if I let like a whole week, I let like longer than a week pass by talking to them, they might be eating something different. So that's something that I do, grocery shopping with my clients.
Great.
Any question? Not sure.
Okay, you can come back if you do. Okay, who wants to go next?
Okay, I'll go next.
Okay.
Go ahead. Who's going?
Shakira.
Okay. So for follow-ups, I have more questions, I think, than advice.
Okay.
I'm pretty lacking in my follow-up. Like I think we talked about it one time. Once we meet somebody, I do text them right away. I always try to converse with them about something we talked about or something we have in common, whether it's kids or I meet a lot of people that are foreigners and just moved here, so I get to know them. And then I get to know them, and then I'll call them once and they don't pick up, and then I text them, and then that's it.
This is for clients.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about clients. Oh, you mean after
like people that are already?
Yeah, like actual clients.
Okay, never mind, just kidding. So the clients, like Erica, getting to know them, spending time with them, seeing what their goals and whys really are. So but really getting to know like why their why is. Like I don't want to hear. Well, I do want to hear they want to lose weight, but there's usually a little more than just that. So getting to know what that reason is. I have an example now. I have a girl who's gained over 50 pounds, and she went through a really bad divorce. So we're focusing on every pound going back towards him. I know it sounds mean, but it really, I mean, that's what caused the weight gain. It was so stressful. She has two kids. So anytime it ever happens to her where she's like, I can't do this, and then we go back to what stress is going on in her kids and their example and things like that. But I take advice about whatever works for you. I love to.
Okay, we can come back. Do you have any questions specifically?
Specifically is I will love to spend time with them, like we do Erica, but I feel like I don't have the time, especially because a lot of people work and they get off work home with kids. So if you have any advice on how to do that, like, figure out time for the
Did
space just for those people.
Lauren,
I don't do that.
question or is that
Shakira. I don't do that every week with the same client.
You guys give them a call every day, ask them how they made their shake and everything, or like what are some good tips to do with the client follow-up wise their first week getting on products to kind of ensure that they're still staying, they want to stay consistent on it.
You should use that app Vox.
Box.
I've been using that. If not, like just texting them, asking them how they're doing and how they. I mean, I don't like ask them every day how did they make their shake, but I'll ask them for sure the first time. But after, like, I just like have a conversation. How's it going? How's your eating going today? Like, how are you feeling? That. But lately I've been using Boxer and it's been really helpful. You can actually hear their voice while it's a walkie-talkie app. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. Like, you just like it records your voice. They could hear it on their lunch break. They could hear it after work, whatever, and then they can respond to it. And you can actually hear like their voice, not just like like reading it.
Yeah. Now, when you guys have a new client, though, do you guys follow up with them like every single day for the first week, or do you guys have like a pattern where you'll do it like the first day, the third day, the fifth day, or like, am I overthinking this, or is there like any like way to do it?
I usually just call them the day after to see how their day was at the end of the day, how their day was and how they're feeling up another day. So I let them know like whether it's the third or fourth day. So usually the first week, yes, you do want to keep contact with them, and I have them send me a picture every day. They can send me a picture of what they're eating because I think it creates consistency and then like a routine for them for like the first week, and then the second week I touch base with them once a week, but we have that day set up already. I mean, that helps.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Just seeing a couple ideas of people do it gives me an idea on what I want to do. So, thank you guys.
I have a chat with my new clients and with the people that so if they were a referral, then I include that person, so it's a three-way chat. But they have to send pictures every single time they're eating for a minimum of 2 weeks. And then I follow up with that. Like, I call them every other day at least to so that they're actually hearing, so that it's not a whole week before they hear my voice again. And I do make them tell me, like, how'd you make your shake? How did you cook that? How much of that was in that? And I'm actually responding.
Then, you're supposed to keep clients accountable. They go hard on it for like 4 days, and then come day 5, they're like, they end up slacking off, but they end up telling you, when you talk on the phone, hey, how'd your plan go today, or this and that, and they're like, oh, well, I decided to, eat a cheeseburger and fries yesterday for lunch because it sounded good. How's a good way to kind of hold a conversation like that without being like, oh, you cheated?
Well, lunch, but not in a bad way. Like, it was okay, so you had that cheeseburger, so is that gonna help you with your weight goal? Like, do you remember what we talked about? Like, is that still in the air? Is that still what you want? at him.
John.
Where is she? Lawrence just said keep going.
I don't know what's going on.
It's kind of hard because, you know, I have people who are like gung-ho, yeah, we want to start Herbalife, we're going to do it, we're going to make it. And you have to understand, you know, I have clients, especially because I'm in New York City, that are not in New York City. So I have clients that are here, but I have clients in Canada. I have clients in New Jersey, and it's local. So kind of like I created an agreement before people start Herbalife with me, and I make them agree to it. I have the person get and agree to it, and they do. And the problem is they're not sticking to the agreement. You know, communication is key, and I have a group messenger on the group me, which I add all of my clients and my downline, and I encourage them to add their clients. And it's been helpful, especially for new clients coming in, because you know, somebody will post, oh, hey, how do I make the shake? And then instead of me having to go and talk to them, here's one of my other clients chiming in, oh, you mix it with this and this, but you can do that. I'm like, oh, go girl. You just saved me, you know, but then it's kind of like, I have other people that are starting and they're like, oh yeah, I see the messages. I'm like, but I don't see you posting, you know? And then they're like, okay, well, you know, I got the products last night, but I'm gonna start it tomorrow. What's your goal? You know what I mean? And it's like you have to meet people where they're at. And just because people purchase the plan doesn't mean they're ready. I mean, I have two people that have already purchased it, one since December, and then he told me a week later that he didn't even start it and then he was going to wait for this year. And I have another one now that's purchased it this month, and he's giving me excuses of family. First it was Christmas. I mean, people are going to do what they're going to do. So the ones that are actually going to do the work, you focus on them. That's just what I've been doing. And I find that the group messenger, it helps for the people who actually really want to do this, because you know, they're chiming in and they're posting, and it's no longer just, oh, Anthony, my coach. Now it's like, oh, this guy's, you know, spitting some stuff out at me, and I'm kind of new, and he's kind of new, and so, you know, I feel I can relate to him because we're in the same boat, and now they're chatting, and now they're meeting each other, you know what I mean? So it's building a community, not just, oh, my coach is calling me again, my coach is bothering me. So, you know, I try not to message people on a daily basis, because I even had one client tell me that I was too pushy, but, you know, it kind of goes without saying, especially when I'm not there physically, that I'm going to be contacting you. So it may seem like I'm a little pushy, but I'm just trying to help you in the long run. But, you know, this is like, I'm trying to see now, someone told me to look at it from a client's point of view. So I try not to contact my clients every day, because I don't want them to be like, oh gosh, here he is calling me again. He wants to know how much I lost. He wants to know if I'm sticking to my plan. So I try to space it out, you know, maybe, you know, every 3 days. 3 days is the max. Every 3 days, every 2-3 days, I'll like, you know, message them. And it won't always be about Herbalife. It could just be like, hey, how you doing? You know, then the next message, next time I speak to you, is gonna be like, hey, are you drinking your shakes? You know, and I find that to be pretty helpful. In terms of the people that are not local for me, I try to do the Zoom call with them, to the people who agree, because not everyone agrees. But like I was told, you can only meet people where they're at. So I hope that helps.
Awesome.
Does
Did
it help?
everyone go in
Yeah.
my not having service?
Huh? Hello?
Her service is not that good, I know.
It's actually
Oh,
good.
no.
We give
Hello?
We hear you.
You guys.
Do you need any tips on anything, Anthony?
Sure. I mean, tell me how to not be pushy, but still at the same
No, he's
time
fine.
push my client.
So not be pushing and push your client. So when I first started out, I thought that contacting my client just meant seeing what they're doing, and that seemed pushy because then the call that they were expecting, that they already had expected, that they were expecting from me was like, okay, so how's your plan? How much have you lost? Why haven't you lost? That's what they were expecting. So I changed that, and I just started becoming friend and talking to them how their day was going and their family, their school, or whatever. And eventually it turns into them telling me how their plan is going versus me asking them all the time. So that helps me a lot doing that. Did you say something, Erica? Oh.
No, I said that's good.
Mhm.
I do that too. I become friends with my clients so that when I'm talking to them, it's more about like, hey, how are you doing? Not just like how's your shake, but like how's everything in life? Because when things are okay in like their life, or they tend to stick to the program anyway. So yeah, just become friends with all of your people.
And I have people that live in Mexico that we have in Mexico, Canada, and Germany that we work with, and we do Zoom calls. But in the Zoom calls, yes, we talk about the plans and we talk about like a healthy tip of the day. But we start out by everybody talking to each other and getting to know each other. So it's not like when we all met, it was a little uncomfortable because some of us don't know each other, and as the week goes, we start feeling better, start opening up. So we do that with them also, how their day was going, something fun about them, and then as they loosen up, then they feel a little more comfortable talking to each other. And the coach is not the one that's always talking. So you get them conversing back and forth and exchanging ideas.
Okay.
Lauren? At one point, there were two of you on the screen.
I know, because I thought maybe if this one hung up again, I would at least have it on my phone.
Oh.
I don't know what, I have full service. I don't know why it's weird. Did everyone get to go?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Crap. Okay, well, we're going to end the call since I have no service.
Oh my gosh.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Talk really fast.
Today's homework is same thing as yesterday, get one tip from someone else on client follow-up and share it with the group. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning
One tip.
at 6:30 and tonight
At Chips.
Oh yeah, it's Thursday for sure. All right, go guys.
You guys have
Got
a
it.
good day.